Hello again. I'm going to do a little radio listening tonight. There is snow on the ground, but clear skies, and I'm no scientist, but for some reason that seems to equate to good propagation for radio signals. So we'll find out if that holds true. I'll be using my Tecsun PL-330, which is an entry-level shortwave AM/FM single sideband receiver, and a pretty good one for entry level at this price point. I got this maybe a year ago, and I've had a lot of fun with it. The instructions are all in Chinese, so I had to watch a few videos to figure it out, but eventually got the hang of it. Came in this interesting little Tecsun pouch, kind of a velvety brown material. Also came with Tecsun earbuds. Not the best, but just for listening to AM or shortwave radio, they do fine. Just kind of looking around the unit itself, so it looks like a little over 5 inches wide and 3 inches, so a little more than 3 by 5. It has a jack for a longer antenna. Get that focused better. Have it upside down. That's the problem. It's not going to focus. There we go. Headphone jack. Charging. Uses a rechargeable battery. Kind of a Nokia cell phone style battery. Has a long whip antenna. Got tuning and volume here. Power on the front. That's not the current time. This is universal coordinated time. I keep it on that because when I'm looking up schedules for radio programs, it's easier to use that. I'm going to connect a longer wire here to my antenna in hopes that I can pick something up. I'll be listening to shortwave, so I'm going to use the easy tuning mode, I think is what it's called, this ETM. Get that locked in and just let it run through. It's only going to scan the commercial shortwave broadcast bands, so it's not going to pick up any ham activity this way or citizens band at the upper end. It's not going to pick up any of that. It's just checking for commercial broadcast, and it's keeping a running tally here of how many signals it's picking up. Now, a lot of these just might be weak and mostly static, but we'll see how it does. It's getting quite a few of them here in the lower ranges. So maybe it's a good night for propagation. That's a good sign. It's going to run through, and then depending on what I find here, I may go back and see if I can't pick up anything interesting on the ham frequencies that I listen in on, or CB frequencies. It's a lot of fun, but I find it's more of a wintertime hobby, I guess, because really if you're listening for shortwave or AM, which is the two that I primarily use it for, I don't really listen to much FM radio, but you're only really going to get good signals when it's dark on shortwave and AM. And Well, in the summertime, I'm getting sleepy by the time it's dark. In fact, I'm a little sleepy right now. It's probably, what time is it locally here? I'm in roughly central Ohio, and it is approaching 8:30, so 8:26 roughly local time in Ohio. So we will see what we're getting. I guess I didn't pick up quite as many stations as I thought. Picked up 30, 31 signals so far. I guess that's going to be it. So let's see if any of these are interesting. Static there. There's time signal.
The web address is thepowerherbs.com. Thepowerherbs.com. That's where your healthcare options just became endless because you can do it yourself.
I'm not sure what that is.
And you don't have to have toxic, expensive drugs. Email that was sent to me.
That is Brother Stare. I'd recognize his voice anywhere. The late Brother Stare, that his ministry is still purchasing airtime and airing his old sermons. There's another time station. I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know what that is. This is fun. I think I'm going to have to learn to speak Spanish, apparently, if I continue in this hobby.
There will be a time, I think, when you will look back and you will either be grateful that you answered even for a time, or you will think nothing of it.
The father had to make the most excruciating decision of his life.
Brother Stare again.
Would be to make it possible for the national squad to regain its position among the European football elite teams. Radvan Burlano firmly believes Jordanes will have the qualities and skills required to rebuild Romania's national team from scratch. The Romanian top-ranking sports official
Romanian football? I'm not sure what
to help the national squad qualify for Euro 2024.
Where they're broadcasting from here. I think this is Radio Havana, if I remember right.
Went away, and I've never had it again. I also used Synergy One before bed for a better night.
A long time ago. But that's why I was satisfied. You see, it's like this. Some people are born with more than other people. One man has more brains, so he's an Einstein. Another fellow's born with good looks, so he's a movie star, like that Taylor fellow. Another has muscles that work better.
Really changed over the past 10 years, and the top brands like Miso and Yuso, Muso, are they really...
Romanian national squad head coach on November the 26th, 2019. Benzender Radoin.
Brother Stare again. That's 3 stations so far he's been on.
Politely stayed at one of them minutes. I think it was very realistic. Muito bem. A bola não entrou. Ele esperou de maneira coerente, de maneira...
That's it on the commercial broadcast bands. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Let's go to between 3,500 kilohertz and 4,000 kilohertz. Sometimes we'll find some interesting ham radio activity, usually on the lower side band. So let's try that. See if I can find anything here. What I've discovered is gentlemen, and it's almost always gentlemen on ham radio frequencies, like to talk about ham radio and their antennas and all the technical aspects. That's primarily what they use their radios to talk about.
Today was cold. It got to be 38 degrees today, but that was in a very short period of time, half an hour or so.
That almost sounds like a female, which is like finding a unicorn on ham radio. Maybe I just don't have it dialed in right.
It's back to Barry from K4TV.
Okay, very good, Kelly. On that track. Might be a second to see if anybody else was ready to join us, but I guess not. If we could get a snooze like the last couple we've had, I'm not going to...
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not coming in super clear. Hoping a few of them might come in real clear so we can hear what the fellas are talking about tonight. I'm not going to fish forever, but
now that I finally figured out how to use it, but I wasn't too impressed the first year I had it. Of course, the radio that it replaced was a 1000 MP, and it doesn't even come close to being that radio. Did it replace the 1000?
Yep, talking about the radios. That's probably enough for one night. I'm going to disconnect here. It's variable when you're going to get good signals, and when the ham operators are talking, you can get some good stuff on Citizens Band up at the other end of the frequencies. But a neat little radio and hours of fun. So if you're looking to get into just listening to shortwave radio, it's a really nice sensitive little device. I don't know if I showed this, rechargeable battery like a Nokia style in there, and you can enter frequencies indirectly as you saw me do. But hours of fun. So maybe I'll check in again on another night on AM radio. I don't think I've done that yet on this. Very sensitive on AM, and you can get some pretty interesting stuff there too, all up and down the dial. Thanks for joining me for this fun little scan through the frequencies, and maybe you'll join me again next time.